Hello and welcome to vlog 29 of my channel, Barking Mad. My name's Trevor. Let's roll cinematics and see what happened. Hello, welcome to Barking Mad. My name is Trevor. This is my vlogging channel number 29. And it originally started off life as a mortar to water move, and it's digressed as things changed slightly. This week I got to meet lots of friends. Met up with Sian for a nice catch-up breakfast at Frankie and Benny's. She'll have a little chat with you, a very little chat, but she'll say hello. And then the Worthing boys, Tony and Terry, they very kindly took me out on the Chichester Canal. And it was a stunning day. Other boats cannot go on it, other canal boats. Canoes and rowboats can, but no other canal boats can, only other than owned by the charity that we went on. Stunning 75-minute cruise. Beautiful. And it reignited that fire. Couple of other things that happened in the week. Going to take you through them all rather briefly so not to drag it out. And there's going to be part 2. Should I shut up and dance? Hello Sian, how are you today?
Hey Chelsea, very well, how are you?
Fine, we've just enjoyed some breakfast and it stopped raining.
Yay!
We put the world to rights. Good old catch up, and it's been a lovely morning. So
beautiful morning, nice catch up. Thanks Trevor.
Tranquil. What is it, darling?
Tranquil. Tranquil.
No, it's so wrong. What is it, Terry? So, part 2 of this vlog is kind of split into the 2 differences. Something that has actually happened today. I knew I delayed this for a reason. Should I? Those who have followed the channel from the beginning will know that the original story of this channel was the mortar to water move, moving from this house onto a boat with my dogs, possessions, obviously not all the furniture, and have a nice, calm, relaxed life cruising, hopefully. And also just living in marinas at part of the time and working for the marinas doing Amazon still. Last year was a make or break time at the end of last year, and those who have watched it, as I say, from the beginning will know that I've used several different types of boats, whether it was Dutch barge style, narrow boats, ones that sat higher up than others that sat lower down, newer ones, older ones, wide ones, narrow ones. I personally do like the space you get in a wide beam. It's like an apartment floating on the water. Are they hard to handle? Not really, but you're restricted with where you can go with them on the canal. So it's either, there is a north and south divide. Currently they don't interlink. That part that interlinks north to south is being restored. When's it going to be open? No one knows. It's a charity after all, CRT. It takes its time, but it does do magnificent things on the rivers and canal network. So you either go north, where you do have more choice, or you stick to the south, where you have, I suppose, more local to friends for me. Kennet and Avon, Grand Union, up to about Coventry, I believe it is. Of course, you've got the River Thames, the River Wey, the Basingstoke Canal, which you have to pay extra to go on. It's not covered by the CRT. The River Soar, the River Lee, is it the River Soar? The one that goes around the Regent's area, London. So there are bits, but the actual canal bits are quite limited, really, to Kennet and Avon and the Grand Union, really. Or if you go up north, obviously you've got the wider canals interlinking up there. I do prefer the narrow canals, and the narrow locks are a lot easier, especially for the solo boater. You don't push about so much in the locks, anywhere near so much. They're quite tight, they're like inches to spare down the side of the boat, and indeed they are just much easier to navigate. But of course the restriction on that is the width of the boat. The width of a narrow boat externally is 6'10". Internally you're going to get 6 foot, maybe just over, width inside. So you are looking for ones that are one that is carefully designed, carefully laid out. There's various different styles. Big stern deck, which is called a cruiser deck, or a smaller one. Some that have a big foredeck at the front, they're called tugs. So there's lots and lots and lots of different options. I personally like a cruiser deck, the big deck at the back, meaning that people can all socialise with you while you're operating the boat. And anyway, cutting a long story short, I looked at several different shapes and sizes last year, and it was very interesting, but it's also, oh my gosh, it is an eye-opener. Different styles, and all boats sit differently, if that's the right word, in the water. Some bob around at every little move, and I did put that up as a question. There's so many answers. Is there enough ballast in the vessel? Are all the tanks fuel, water, and if it's got a waste tank, is that all sitting empty, thus not adding any extra weight that there would be in normal everyday life? I personally don't want a boat with a waste tank, because there's no need for it. I would not want a pump out toilet. So anyway, my toilet would either be a cassette system or a, oh God, what's the words going out of my head? Composting one, which are the end thing, but the CRT's got to put some restrictions on that. So anyway, I'm not going to go into that now, that's not what this is about. I had two buyers for my house last year. One was a huge drop on the asking price, but it was a cash purchase. Second one was also a cash purchase, and they upped it. At the time, I was indecisive what I was doing, where I was going. I'd looked at park homes as well. The park home I'd actually fallen for, I found a big issue with. The roof had moved and it was virtually brand new, so why had it moved? I don't know. On the day that that offer was accepted, I was also going to put an offer in on a brand new canal boat. So it was all happening all at once, and it was all a little bit, what with that and being made redundant as well, everything was just happening too much at once, and I wanted to space it out a bit. So I said, give me a few weeks, give me 4 to 6 weeks, and they were agreed to that. The buyer agreed to it. And in that time, I decided, yes, I'm going to go for the boat. There were two boats in the running. I wanted narrow boat and I wanted as long as I could. There were two boats. One, which is out there on the canal, very well-known family bought it, cruising the canal, and they do very well. That was called Olive. That was a Perth Marina, and it was a lovely boat, ex-hire boat, very well looked after by one of the premium hire companies out there, Black Prince, and it was really lovely. It really did tick a lot of the boxes. It didn't move about a bit, and when it rained, you didn't hear the rain much on the roof. Considering it's all made of steel, that really ticked a lot of boxes. There were a few things I wanted to do to the boat, and I'd put aside a good five-figure sum to spend on the boat to get bow thruster, stern thruster, because it was nearly 70 foot long. New solar, new batteries, engine and gearbox rebuild, changed the loos to composting loos, and they were personal things to me that I was willing to spend the money on before it went on the canal network. The other one was one called Meadows. This was up at Dunchurch Pools, and this was 63 foot long. It was 5 years newer at 2013, and it was, as I say, 63 foot long. Similar layout in that it had 2 bedrooms, 2 double bedrooms, 2 toilets. The other one only had one had been taken out to make the kitchen bigger, but it still had 2 toilets, one of which was a shower room. Had a very small galley, that being the kitchen in a boat, and it had an L-shaped diner. I had decided on that boat, that was called Meadows. It was lovely, it really was. And there was a real heartfelt, genuine story behind the previous owner's reason for selling it. It really did tug. Not too dissimilar to health scenario that I'm going through, but it really did, it hit a note with me. And half the story behind a boat is, half the reason behind buying a boat is the story that goes with it. I decided on Meadows. My agent rang me. Have I decided? Yes, I had. And I said, can we just check how quick the buyer's looking to move now? And they hadn't waited. They hadn't bothered to tell anybody. They'd gone. And that's when I decided to do equity release in the property in my house. And within a few weeks from that, Meadows sold. And yeah, I did shed a little tear because I thought that avenue has now gone. But it hasn't. That dream is always there. I've always said to myself that once my treatment for my CLL has been done, then I shall revisit it again and hopefully go ahead with it so I can make that dream happen. But as with all these things, it all happens at once. I've been to hospital today because I had a tooth out, which I had to have last week, and it's all gone perfectly fine until last night. And I had a pain and a swelling, like it's rolling up there, from the jaw to the ear. So I've been back to hospital. So I think there was an infection in there. They flushed it with saline. They've had a good old search around, and I've got some penicillin tablets for 3 days. And whilst I was in the waiting room, I was checking there's about 6 brokerages I look at. A couple of times, 3 times a week. Rugby Boats, Wilton, Venetian, New and News, Great Hayward, and A&B. And then others that I don't look at so often, ABC, Swan something, Lakeland Leisure, or whatever it is. I should just sit all day looking at boats. Anyway, I hadn't looked at one from a brokerage called New and News for quite a while, for about a week or 2. So I thought, I'll have a look, see what they got. And the first boat that came up, I thought, I recognise this. It's called Shut Up and Dance. Making a few inquiries. It also appeared on Facebook. It's Meadows. Except it's been done up a little bit. They spent some money on it, and it's got a new extended kitchen, and it's been done up in a lot of places. It's got TVs in there now, and a washing machine. It didn't have the washing machine before, and it's looking $1 million. And I recognise it because it's a very unusual layout. From the front, bedroom, toilet, bedroom, shower room. Then it was a dinette, now it's a lounge with a sofa bed and a kitchen. And then the big aft deck. Of course, it's got the front deck as well. I'd most probably make the lounge at the front and put the L-shaped diner back in. A few things I'd want to do still. It's still a very good price, especially this day and age when prices of boats are going through the roof. So it's making me think, should I shut up and dance? Tonight's going to be a night of calculations. And during this you'll have seen I've put some photos of what she is now. This is a boat that tugged at my heartstrings. Is it big enough? 63 foot? Yeah. It's for 2 dogs. And I've got to be honest, the way the ARC are talking, prepare yourself for it not to work out, etc. The dogs have only met for just over an hour each. It's not giving it much chance. But if 3 dogs happen, then no, it wouldn't be big enough. So I'm going to take the next sort of 24, 48 hours as they happen. I'm going to work out some figures tonight, some figures tonight, and we'll see if I do shut up and dance. You take care. I'm going to say now, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. So you've had to look at my ugly fizzog for the last 13, almost 14 minutes. I don't have to go on. Any thoughts and comments below, please. As always, stay safe, take care, and love one another.